Hey guys, welcome back. Back here in the garage. I've been picking away on the engine and I thought I'd sort of have a crack at the exhaust, see what was up with it and see what it needed. There was one really rusty bit that I just, to do the patching, it was so rotten. Basically, this is it. It had so much rust and rot and was kind of a special piece. It has 3 different ports on it and a lot of curves, and especially fit to 2 outputs and the muffler connection. That I actually just ordered this one. It was about 125 bucks or something like that. So that was an expense. The rest of it, the muffler itself was in okay shape. The actual input flange was where the rot happened. I guess that's where moisture collects and just kind of sits where the 2 metal overlap. So the input of the muffler itself was rotten, and the connecting pipe that went from this to the muffler also had seen better days. Here is most of it here. As you can see, there's some pretty pitted, pretty awful, just bent and in general rough shape. I had to order the one specialty part, but I thought the rest of it I might be able to salvage because the rest of the muffler and the attachments all seem okay. But let me show you what I came up with. So here is everything, sort of rough fit. You can see that's my new piece, and you can see the 3 attachment points. It's nice and solid. The heater boxes themselves, as I mentioned before, were in okay shape. And then the only other piece that was of some question, if you look down in here, is this cross pipe. Now this comes out of the other heater box side. That would be the passenger side heater box. There's a bunch of gobbledygook here, which with a strap on the muffler, it runs across underneath the muffler and ends up over here. The only questionable part on this was a hole right there, which was half caused by me because I was reefing on the original bolts and it went through. So I just, it's not pretty, but I just ground it off, did some weld, got that hole patched up. The rest of it seems really solid. This piece, I reused this original flange and I actually cut my original muffler piece off. Now this you can buy, I think it's like 70 bucks or something to get like the aftermarket piece with the flange on it, but I thought, you know what, if I could just, go to the auto parts store, buy a $10 piece of, I believe it's a 2-inch tube. It worked out really well. The flange at the end, it slid over this quite nicely, and then at this end, the original connector flange on this was totally rotten. It was totally gone. So I just ground it off kind of straight. And then I had a connector very similar to this, but the one in here is a slightly smaller dimension on this end. And so basically it's a very nice tight fit. I tapped it in, basically recreating the 2-inch outer diameter flange on the muffler. As you can see, the rest of the muffler is in top shape, but you look down it, it's really good. So I've got now this nice connector pipe. This is all just sort of roughed up to make sure everything fits. So basically now I just need to weld this to the flange, just put a nice bead around there to solidify it up, and then I want to weld this guy in to make sure this is solid, although I don't think they're going anywhere. I still want to give it a bead. I'll grind down this bit of metal just to clean it up a bit to make a nice weld. And then instead of going with the original 2-part clamps that they used to have, I'm using, standard muffler connector. This part slips over this quite nicely. Right, slips in there. It's hard to do with one hand, obviously. Muffler clamp on it. Weld this, weld that. Job's done. building's all done. I gave all the parts a touch of engine enamel, high heat flat black paint just to clean everything up, make it look a little nicer, and here's the results. I'm really happy. I will do the muffler in gray. I didn't want to do it in the black. Job's done.